We do start with breaking news tonight. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office confirming a body has been found near an area where authorities have been searching for missing 19-year-old Camila Olmos.
The body found near the Wild Horse subdivision at a landscaping company on the northwest side. News 4 San Antonio's Taylor Warmby joins us live where the sheriff just wrapped up a news conference. Taylor, bring us up to date.
Jonathan, Mandy, the sheriff says the body was found close to the home where Camila Olmos lived. Now, the sheriff holding a news conference just after 5:15 tonight. He said it is too early to confirm if the body found is that of Camila Olmos, but he said there were signs that indicate that it could be Camila. The sheriff said there was no foul play suspected in the body that was found, but there was a gun found nearby, and the sheriff said that gun belongs to a family member of Camila's.
One of the possibilities that we were working under was the fear of self-harm, and at this point there are some indicators that the body that we found may be as a result of that. Obviously the medical examiner will have to make definitive identification.
The body was found near a landscaping business located along FM 1560, which is not far from the family's home. Now, the sheriff says they are waiting on the medical examiner to determine the cause and manner of death, which could take a day or two. We'll keep you posted and follow this as it develops. But reporting live, in Taylor Warmby, back to you.
Taylor, one of the things that the sheriff discussed was whether the person that they found was wearing what Camila was described as having worn when she disappeared. Can you talk a little bit about what he said?
Absolutely. He said the description changed a little bit, but the body that was found does match that description, so that's why they believe this is Camila. But it has to be confirmed, of course.
All right, Taylor, thanks a lot for that. And of course, the sheriff also mentioned they're hoping that will be an expedited process as well.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Today's discovery was, as we mentioned, made by a landscaping company near the family's house.
It was an area search crews had been to before. It has tall grass, but FBI agents and Bexar County Sheriff's Office deputies today decided to go back and check again. News 4 San Antonio's Destiny Fuller is live. And Destiny, what are you seeing right now?
Mandy, Jonathan, we're right over here off of FM 1560, just behind me. This is not exactly the scene that we saw when we first got here. There was only one sheriff vehicle, but since then we've seen several roll in here. We've also seen groups of friends, families, supporters, some of the more familiar faces that we've seen ever since Camila Olmos was reported missing on Christmas Eve. When we first got here, we were told that we weren't allowed to go onto the drive of the burning bush property. We were turned around and we parked on the opposite side of the street. But as I said, we've seen a lot of people start to show up here, a lot of traffic starting to build up here on this road. We know that there was a weapon found around the area, and we also know that this was an area that was searched before. People asking what happened, the sheriff saying that they did have someone come through and explaining exactly what caused them to come back.
Joint team comprised of BCSO deputies and FBI agents were conducting an open field search of a field where we had already checked once before, but due to high brush, we made a conscious decision to head back out there and check again. They found what we believe to be a body at this point.
And while they're not exactly sure who that body is, Sheriff Javier Salazar said it will take a couple of days to identify whoever that person may be. Again, adding that there was a firearm that was found with the body, and with the Camila Olmos case, there was an undisclosed weapon to the public that they found as well. And they're saying that it's going to take a couple of days, but it was hard to see Sheriff Salazar get choked up, just explaining that Camila had a couple of things going on in her life and that she was having a tough time. Again, they're not entirely sure exactly who it is. It'll take a couple of days to have that information. Mandy, Jonathan.
And the sheriff did say this is not the outcome that we were hoping for. The fact that it could be Camila is something that is a distinct possibility. As you mentioned, Destiny, she had so much going on in her personal life. She was a 19-year-old. It's the holidays. That she was going through a hard time with a breakup. What exactly was he saying about that, the sheriff?
I mean, you hit the nail on the head. He mentioned that a relationship had recently ended. She was a student. She was going through things at school. She was going through things with family and friends. Typical things that you would expect to hear from a 19-year-old. Again, we do not know for sure that this is Camila Olmos, but one thing that I can confirm is that right after that press release, when Sheriff Salazar finished talking, that clear alert that was put out for Camila was canceled.
All right, Destiny, thanks a lot for that. Also worth noting, the sheriff getting emotional at times during that press conference as he updated us. One of the other updates that he did in an unrelated case, there was another teen who was missing, a 14-year-old Sofia Gabriela Peters Cobos. That was a separate incident, but the sheriff confirming that that teen has since been found safe, is with family.
However, 17-year-old Angelique Johnson, who has been missing from Exeter Road near Petrenko since last week. She is still missing. They are still looking for her.
But again, the headline tonight, a body has been discovered or was recovered roughly about 4:45. The sheriff giving us an update right now. No positive identification that it is in fact 19-year-old Camila Olmos, who's been missing for the better part of roughly a week or so. But they did mention that there was a gun that was found nearby, that there was also a gun that was missing from one of the relatives as well.
And deputies did go to her family, which was just a couple hundred yards away from where she lived and where the body was found, to let them know, not that it necessarily was Camila, but that a body had been found, just doing their part to keep the family updated in what has been a tragic, horrible time for them. The loved ones, the friends that have been pouring their hearts out, searching for Camila and hoping for a different outcome than the one that we may be facing.
We know that the sheriff's office had been searching. We know that FBI agents, we know that Texas EquiSearch from over in Houston was out here as well. And this story has made national headlines. People from across the country had been reaching out to find out more details. Sadly, as it appears right now, we are still waiting for confirmation if in fact it is her. That will take a couple of days, but right now the sheriff saying that there are indications that may be the case in this story. We will continue to bring you the very latest on this case. And remember, you can get the very latest on our website as well, news4sa.com, as well as our social media pages. You can also download our News 4 mobile app to get the very latest sent straight to your phone.
The sheriff spent a lot of time talking about her mental health and how it could play a role in this situation if it is confirmed to be Camila. They don't believe it was foul play. So one of the things he talked about, if you or someone you know is going through a hard time, having suicidal ideations, please call the Suicide and Crisis Hotline. Don't just assume that your loved ones are okay. That assumption could be the worst thing for them. He said, you know, sometimes when people seem fine, it's because they've already made their decision. The number that you can call is right here on your screen. Someone will take your call and refer you to where to go to get your help.